Hello there, and welcome to another exciting episode of Benchwarmers Basement Banter. I'm your host, Woody, with my co-host.
I'm Rogers, the Aaron Rodgers.
And we thank you for joining us this evening. We are going to actually do something we probably should have done the first episode. We're going to actually talk about what we're going to talk about. You know, like I said, we're new to this. We appreciate you listening, giving us a chance, liking, subscribing. I'm still getting this YouTube lingo down.
Yeah.
Doing all that. I think that sounded right. Yeah.
Hey.
And we'll just go ahead and give you a brief overview. Like, if you've noticed already, we talk a lot of baseball. We're going to talk some football coming up. Local St. Louis sports, which, watch the Kroenke episode. We're quite passionate about that, I think it's safe to say.
Yeah. Fuck Stan Kroenke.
Go for it. Throw that out there. I got it right here. It's right here. Kroenke sucks, man. We're going to talk a lot of Cardinals. I mean, through the thick and thin of it, that's our team. We'll hit on the other local teams too. A little bit of Blues, Battlehawks. Karen, by the way, check it out. His last game, that 9-yard touchdown run, beautiful.
Gorgeous.
He's an athlete. Loved it. Heart, a lot of
heart. Football guy.
It's like that. Yeah. It always reminds me of On the Replacements. Shane Falco. What do we need? Heart. Miles and miles of
heart.
It's AJ McCarron, ladies and gentlemen. Soccer, love it. It's in St. Louis. I'm sorry, I don't know jack about it. Same boat?
Very minimal. Very minimal.
You want to score goals and not allow goals.
You want to hear the guy on the announcing booth yell goal until his lungs explode.
Yep, and we don't mean to disrespect it. I love it. St. Louis has it, but we're not going to talk about stuff we're not real knowledgeable about. So pass on that. Your son, Owen, is a betting guru. I'm talking spreads, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to still have the shows rolling, him picking against the spread, right?
Yes, we're going to do it in the playoffs here before feeling. The play-in games start tonight, so we're missing out on that. Playoffs.
We're talking playoffs.
Wrong sport.
Sir.
But we are going to do something probably later this week with Owen, and Woody may come along with us as well. We're going to try to do something with the spreads bets in the playoffs, and I think that we're going to be surprised at how good Owen is continuing.
He's very good. He's over 60%. Like, I don't know how he does it, but he does it. And I love his rationale, too. I do.
Yeah.
We're going to do that. When football season comes around, we're going to try to weekly give out our football spread bets.
I like that.
We might have some more friends that might join us, too, on it. We've got some that are very knowledgeable about it, too. And we'll try to do that weekly. And also, we might have some baseball prop bets. I've got a buddy who's kind of a guru on that. He loves those K-props.
If we can ever get him out of the house.
That's a struggle.
Shout out to you, Nixon.
We hope you're listening and watching. And we'll get you here. We'll do it. Might have to bribe you, but whatever.
We might have to kidnap him.
But I'm not above that.
I'm not above folks.
That's fine. I mean, we won't drug him. We'll draw a line somewhere, but we'll get you here.
Maybe a dentist.
But yeah, this guy, in all fairness, he is very smart. His FanDuel account shows how smart he is. So I can't say the same. But we'll get him out for that. And that's honestly, I think that kind of covers all we're going to cover, I believe. So
yeah.
That's our housekeeping notes. Like I said, if you
we're also going to do a quick overview of our Cy Young, MVP, Rookie of the Year.
For this episode, yeah.
Yes.
I'm just talking in general. This is the topics we'll cover. But yeah, and that's a good segue to what we're going to go for right now. We are going to basically give you a state of baseball update, it's fair to say. Like we, a couple episodes ago, gave our picks for divisions, and we gave our picks for the playoffs, and then our prop picks as far as MVP, Cy Young, Rookie of the Year. Some are looking better than others. That's Spencer Strider one.
Well, hey, I mean, pitching in general. Like, anything that you thought about pitching going into this opening day, just like
throw it out the window.
Right over there.
Yeah,
3 points.
That's good. Drained it.
So
yeah, it's not great. That's where we're going to start with. Actually, is the state of MLB pitching, and it's terrible. I mean,
I think that for the NL Cy Young, we both had Spencer Strider being in the top three.
You had him one.
Yeah,
electric stuff. And I mean, this stinks. Like for baseball as a whole, you want the best players to be on the field. It's pretty simple. And starting pitching, though, like it's not if they're going to get injured, it's when.
Absolutely, it's the Cy Young effect. Like or not Cy Young, the Tommy John
freaking
effect.
Tommy John. Like
it's not.
These aren't minor injuries. Like these. There's a lot of reasons for why it's happening. But you look at this year. You've lost Strider. You've lost Bieber. Bieber looked like 2020 version of himself.
Are we going to get to a point to where if a person or a pitcher gets through their rookie contract, their arbitration years, and they hadn't had Cy Young yet, they've been great for 4 or 5 years, and they get to the point where they're ready to sign a contract? Are people going to be hesitant?
You know what it sounds
because
like?
he hasn't had that.
What do you look at in the NFL with running backs? Why pay them?
Exactly.
Because you get 4 or 5 years out of them. This is different sport, but it's comparable and it's sad because pitching used to be like.
Well, the thing is, like, yes, I agree with like the why pay him thing, but like, are we more likely to pay a pitcher if he just sat out a year because he just had his Tommy John because he's got his Tommy John, he's good to go.
Yeah, he's good for another 4 or 5 years.
Exactly. or is he going to be the guy's like, man, this guy's pitched 4 or 5 years, he hasn't had Tommy John, he's due.
When's it going to happen? Yeah, instead of being like, okay, he's durable. Let's sign him. Feel good about it. It's like, no crap. He's not had it.
Cole
Reagans?
No. Why am I?
Give me something to work with.
Why? Garrett Cole.
Oh, yeah.
He's been durable for
Very
6-7 years. Yeah. Like, he's barely missed more than 2 or 3 starts a year.
Right.
At most. And now this year, he's going to miss half the season at minimum. He could miss more.
And not even Tommy John.
And he's not having Tommy John.
Discomfort. It was a nerve irritation. We thought it was Tommy John, honestly, for a while.
Everyone did.
Yeah.
I mean,
let's just look at it, right? Yeah, I know.
But at that point, we'd already clarified it wasn't.
Oh, yeah. But, you just look at it like you've lost Strider. You've lost Bieber. I love Yuri Perez. Electric young arm. Guess what? Tommy John. Hell, we're Cardinals fans. Alex Reyes. Gosh, dang, this was years ago. He was supposed to be the next great Cardinal pitcher. What happened at spring training? Elbow hurting. Oh, let's go for precautionary measures. Tommy John. He's never been the same. He's also...
he's had 3 or 4 setbacks. That's not just a one-time
But,
thing,
it's all connected. Like,
yeah.
The elbow, you can put more strain on your shoulder. Not a doctor, but it's common sense.
There was an interview that Justin Verlander did a couple... it's been about a week ago. I think it was after the Framber Valdez injury.
Oh, that's another one. I'm sorry.
So,
elbow.
Well, he was one of the later ones in that row, but he did an interview and said that I'm not surprised by it all.
Yeah.
Pitchers are throwing more. Pitchers are throwing faster.
Oh, yeah.
And not necessarily more in the games. Because obviously, we're seeing the 4 to 5 innings, 5, 6 innings. That's a big start for a pitcher now.
It is.
But, throughout the year, they're throwing more. They're ramping up. They're testing their bodies. They're putting them more to the limits. Yep. You see more 100-mile-an-hour pitchers than you've ever seen. Oh,
yeah.
I mean, honestly, is 100 miles an hour even a big deal anymore?
No, it's not. It's not. Like, you think about, all right, when we started watching baseball in the 90s, like the pitchers then, I mean, I don't know Randy Johnson's velocity off the top of my head.
He's high 90s. He's high 90s.
It was, but he was an outlier. You look at Greg Maddux, these guys, like, they didn't
I think that's more sustainable when you're
6'11". Well, that does help with the extension. It does. But who else can you think of through that hard? Now, like, honestly, his velo...
Well, the other guys, the guy that I'm talking about that was interviewed, Justin Verlander.
Well,
he threw that hard for that long.
He came along in 2004, 2005. He did. But they're outliers. And now you look at these guys coming up, everybody showcases, like, you can go down all right, top of my head, like Garrett Crochet's came up, throws that hard. Jared Jones throws that hard. All these guys are in the 100 ballpark. Bobby Miller, Grayson Rodriguez. All
Shane
these
McClanahan.
guys, McClanahan, and he's down too. Like, all these guys throw that hard, and it's not sustainable. It's really not. Like, it's just like the human elbow wasn't made to do that. And they're also, but the game's changed. Like, used to, guys that struck out a batter an inning, once again, outlier. Now they're expected to do that. The game is more swing and miss. It has changed, but finally the human element that you physically can't do this has caught up to the game. And I don't think it's going to change.
Is there going to be another Nolan Ryan, the guy that
fireball
for 30 years?
No, there will not. there won't, but you know what? All right, this goes back to our point. What did he throw? As far as speed-wise, I don't know off the top of my head. But I don't think he threw Hunter Green like 100, 102.
No, but I do know this, that at 41 years old, his last start of his Major League career, he tore his UCL, allegedly. He tore his UCL, and they did a couple warm-up pitches, to just see if he was okay.
Yeah.
They were all over 97 miles an hour.
I believe it.
And then he walked off the field, never pitched again.
As a 40-some-year-old, kicked Robin Ventura's ass. He was what was he, 20-something? Got him in a headlock.
Some people are just as the kids say, built different.
Yep. He outlier. There you go.
Yes.
But this is what we're talking about. It's becoming so common. These guys throwing harder, and I don't know if baseball's gonna be cyclical. A lot of sports you see go in cycles where it will hit maybe 4 or 5 years down the road, it goes away from this. It's okay, we're burning through arms, through players like crazy. They're gonna dial it down, and you see nowadays, if you get 5, not just is that statistically a win, that's a win as far as that's what we want you to do. 5 innings now.
5's the goal.
5 innings is what 9 used to be. That's a complete game now for pitchers. The standard is so different.
Yep.
And I don't know how sustainable this model is. I have a philosophy in my head. It's okay, what if you start seeing teams, instead of doing this bullpen where it's 1 inning, 2 inning guys, they start going 3-3-3.
Well,
you don't have
the Ravens started it here.
Well, they did. They have.
They had what they called the opener.
The opener. Yeah. And I wonder if as these injuries and people realize, these baseball people are smart. I'll give it to them. The game keeps changing. I wonder if it will get to where the Rays model is common. And
I don't think it'll be quite that extreme where they pitch 1 inning and then they come in. And
no, I'm saying where it's 3 innings. Instead of you want a guy to go out and get you 6, come do 3. We got another guy to go 3. Because the rosters, you can have 9 pitchers on your roster.
You have a person that's a converted starter, like a Shelby Miller that's become a guy now. Have him pitch 3.
Yeah.
Have your, say, Joe Kelly pitch 2.
Yeah.
And then, next thing you know, you're back into the game.
You could pencil it in where you've got guys that there are still durable guys out there with lower upside like Lynn that are going to go out and get you 5-6. And you could actually eat your innings by having 2-3 of those guys, do your 5-6. And then you've got the normal pin ratios. And then have another 2 spots in the rotation that's split up like this. This is just me spitballing. I don't know. But I think something's going to change because when you're going through pitchers like this. And also, I don't think it helps. I'm not a big Rob Manfred guy. I've stated that before. Where they're changing the rules on what pitchers can use.
Got to make those games under 2 hours, man.
Oh, we do. Well, we don't give a damn about the guy that's been a fan for 10, 15, 20, 30 years. We want to grab those people.
We want to see more stolen bases. We want to see faster games.
Yep, we do that. 2.5 minutes between sides. Get that out there.
Yep.
Who cares about, the 3-batter minimum, all this. Who cares about strategy?
The extra
we want our time.
Second ghost runner.
The ghost runner shit.
So I actually, this is a little off tangent, but I saw this the other day. There is a scenario where a pitcher can throw a 10-inning perfect game and lose.
And lose? I can see that. I can't think of one off the top of my head, but it's
okay. He throws a perfect game through 9 innings.
Yeah,
0-0.
I'm sorry.
Ghost runner on
score.
Ghost runner on second. Ground out to third. Moves him to third.
Yeah, and then a sack.
And then a sack fly scores him.
Yeah, you're right. He didn't allow a single.
He did not run a single.
This would be like a Nolan Ryan feat. Nowadays, the guys can't go 7 innings.
Well, I'm saying, but that's an option now.
It's possible.
He can throw a 10-inning perfect game. Yeah. And lose.
That is possible. Thanks, Rob. Yeah. I'm
it'll never come up.
It could. You're right. You touched on it. But me personally, and I'm a traditionalist. I like that every other sport has a time clock. Baseball didn't. Baseball had strategy. Also being a Cardinal fan, a Tony La Russa truther, love TLR. He made a lot of guys' careers by being a lefty specialist. Randy Shote, shout out to him. He played matchups. Yeah, exactly. He played matchups. If I like baseball. If I'm going to the game, I don't give a damn if it's 2 hours and a half, 2 hours, 30 minutes. I don't care if it's 3 hours, 30 minutes. I want to watch baseball. I want to see the best play the best. I'm sorry, I don't think that's baseball's problem, is making it shorter to draw young fans in. I think young fans, I think it's marketing. I really do.
I don't disagree with his rule changes with the stolen bags. Making this.
That is cool because
I like to see the stolen bags come back into the game.
Because back in the 80s, that was fun baseball.
Whitey Ball.
Yeah, Whitey Ball. Rest in peace. He just passed away today. R.I.P. Love you, Whitey. But yeah, that's. I'm not saying I hate every rule change. I hate the concept of the way they're trying to draw fans, like with the time of it. The stolen bases, that is kind of cool. Like the bigger bags, the throwing over, because that does get old.
I mean, Acuna stole what, 62?
70.
70? He stole 70.
He was a 40-70 man.
So he was the first guy to steal 70 bases probably since who? Like the 90s?
Are we talking Ricky Henderson days? Possibly. And even
like
Coleman and them, like, that stole 100. No
I mean,
problem.
there was Billy Hamilton that was one of the best base stealers. But like, was he ever on base enough to steal 70 bags?
I think he was on base 70 times and he stole 50 bases. So I knew. But yeah, I mean, certain rule changes are fine, and we're getting kind of off subject, like back to the injuries. It's a byproduct of the game. The game might change on that. It just sucks when you see all these big name guys going down. Oh, and the pitch clock. That was the other thing. Like, I'm conflicted on it. I kind of get it as far as keeping the flow going. Like,
yeah, but like sometimes like you miss some of your best pitchers' mannerisms.
You do
entirely.
You do the antics and stuff.
Yeah,
and that is another thing. I'm like, how? And I don't know the sciencey part, but how correlated is that to these injuries? When these guys are trying to throw 100 or so, can't have their time.
Can't collect themselves. Yeah.
Like, you're asking them to do this physically almost impossible task. Plus, put.
But like we're gonna do, but you have to do it fast.
Yeah, you want the best product, but do it in a time-efficient manner.
Yeah.
Screw that. Like, and they even like changing it year to year. Like, I'm tired of that. Like, I don't know. Part of me is a purist. I want to see baseball played like it is, and go from there. But I don't know what's gonna happen. Like, it's like they're looking for this perfect combination of rules, time, all this.
I think it's necessarily a bad thing that they're trying to find this perfect combination? No.
Not necessarily.
Right now, I think that they're leaning more one way than they should. Yeah, they're trying to go fast more than they are efficient.
Yeah, I think so. And my thing is with it, like I hated it. What was it, 2 years ago, when they literally mid-season, I think it was in June, that sticky substance rule.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know on it. Like, yeah, it does give pitchers an advantage. Okay, but like to change it right in the middle of the freaking year, that's bullshit. I think. Like, change this in the offseason.
Here's my hot take.
Give guys a chance.
Here's my hot take.
Yeah.
Allow just spider tag. Just allow it.
Hey,
no sticky substances, but here's spider tag.
But this. And I think, okay, if you're going to implement that, decide it in November, the end of the season.
Yes, don't do it
December.
mid-season.
Let them have 3 months to get used to it, okay? Hitters also, they know, okay, they've got this. Like, look at tape. What does he do when he happens?
To be fair, Trevor Bauer definitely is the reason for all that.
Dude, sign Bauer.
Sign Bauer.
Yeah, hashtag.
But also,
if you're listening to anything from this, take it away. Free Trevor Bauer. Well,
free Trevor Bauer.
The dude.
Cardinals sign him tomorrow.
If you want to win, you will, but I don't know about that one. It's another subject. But anyway, yeah, like, establish your rules and go with it. Like, this pitch clock crap. I'm fine with there being a concept of a pitch clock. Set your freaking time. Leave it. Go with it.
Mm-hmm.
The basis, whatever. Like, just set yourself some freaking rules. And that thing, I'm done with that. Like, the Manfred Man, isn't that what it was called?
Yeah.
Manfred Man out there?
Yeah.
No.
Ghost Runner.
So, yeah. I mean, that's where it's at on rules, I think. Pitching injuries, it's rough. But that would go back to, like, see if it corrects itself. See where guys are throwing in a couple of years. So, that's enough of that, unless there's anything else you want to bring up.
No, that pretty much covers it. I mean,
yeah, it does.
Manfred sucks.
Yeah.
I like how we were both going there. Yeah,
yeah, we are. It's a lot of things. It's like we don't even talk about before. It's like same page. It really is. A lot of this stuff's off the cuff. Trevor Bauer thing, we're very passionate about it. But
free Trevor Bauer.
Yeah, I just like the dude. I like guys that stirred up their demeanor and just give him a chance. Somebody freaking sign the guy. We're gonna float over now. I hope you've watched our predictions. Like, on this show, we're going to be very honest. We missed. If we missed. Hey, Mets,
well,
man.
We missed on
Don't
Spencer
you back
Strider.
out, Mets, man.
No, hey.
They
are 500.
That might get you in place.
It started out rough, but they're 500.
Yep. But we're going to go briefly over the standings. What
Miracle Mets.
surprised us. Yeah, it's 68. Bring it back. 69. Sorry. Don't know my Mets history.
69.
I should remember that one. But yeah, we're going to hit real quick the standings. We'll briefly touch on our MVP Cy Young picks. It may not be looking great either. But, all right, we'll start here without further ado. The AL East. The Yanks, the top right now, 12-5.
I did not have them winning, but I did have them making the playoffs.
Yeah, we got Baltimore. We both have Baltimore. They're right on their heels.
Yeah.
I think the kids.
I think Baltimore just won tonight.
They've got the depth. The pitching has looked good. Hitting Jackson Holly's going to hit. He hasn't yet. He's going to come around. The Norfolk Tides, their AAA team, I think could probably beat a major league team or two. We'll talk about. They've got the reinforcements coming. They're solid. I still feel good about that. Toronto, I missed on that one. It's early. All this is early.
I think that I might have, other than Baltimore and New York flipped, I think I might have the AL East right.
Yeah, you're up. You're doing very good. It's a cluster right now. They're
all above 500.
Yeah, they are. Boston's looked, I thought, better than expected. Their pitching has looked very good. Houck's looked good. What?
Not Chris Sale.
He
has been good, but he's not been good for Atlanta.
Yeah,
he's not been good for the Red Sox.
If he could have been healthy for him, maybe. But
yeah,
Houck's looked good. Whitlock, all right. What's his name? Bayo is coming around. Like
Bayo's 2-1. He's had a good.
Their pitching's good. Their hitting. It's April. It's early. Their defense has been terrible, atrocious. They're tied with Tampa, Toronto. All are 9-8. It's a cluster. What worries me with Toronto is their offense has looked atrocious so far. Hope that turns around. Gosman, their ace, not look good.
Oh, you mean my number 3 Cy Young?
Yeah. That's our Cy Young picks are not doing very hot.
Yeah, we can just scrap the pitching aspect.
We're gonna be honest. There it is.
Oof.
But we still, as a whole, feel good about Baltimore up there, and you're looking good on your New York pick.
Yeah, I think that those are going to be the top 2 in the division pretty easily, and right now it's pretty clear cut. They are.
Yeah, it is.
Which I guess Baltimore is just one game above the rest of the field, but
they're going to be there.
They're going to be there.
New York's the one that I regret. I think they have.
I did not. No one expected them to come out this hot.
No, but that's kind of where that division. The Central. It is right now a very tightly contested division. I had Detroit. Kansas City.
I think I had Cleveland.
Shout out. You did. Yep, you had Cleveland. And look at that. Look at you go.
Cleveland's right there.
The Bieber loss, I think, will hurt them in the long run.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think so.
I don't think that'll last. Though right underneath that, I don't think that the Royals being the number 2 team is going to last.
I don't either. You got Cole Reagans and the rest of rotation's a lot of man.
And who's that right next to him?
And Detroit.
Oof.
Hey,
I think you had them there.
I had them number 1. I still feel good about it. Their pitching, Flaherty's look pretty good. Maeda, I still have faith in them. Their offense, dear God, I hope it comes around. Torque and Green, not look great to start the year. But I still, it's early. Like we've said a million times, anything can happen. But the pitching, I wanted to see their pitching look good. It has. I feel good about that pick still. I do.
I still feel good about my Guardians. They're still right there. As far as the next 4 in that division, or I guess the next 3 in that division, I had no idea where any of those guys are going to be.
Well, we nailed the White Sox on the bottom.
Exactly. Exactly. That middle 3-pack, honestly, I could see any of those exchanging with each other. I'd like to see the top and the bottom stay the same.
That's a team. I think I'd take those Norfolk Tides I brought up, that AAA team. I'm usually not one to be on the, minor league team can beat a majors team. A college team beat a pro team.
Well,
I'm not about that.
Holiday's not on that team anymore.
I don't care. You got Keston Herstead, you got a stacked lineup, Stowers, Colby Mayo. They got more guys I can think of than the White Sox major league team. I'll take that.
That's fair.
Yep. But yeah,
more
the Twins.
Guys on the White Sox team that is healthy.
Yeah, dear God. That's fair. Best 2 players down, and you were already garbage.
Well, they're down 50% of the time of their careers.
That's fair. Rivera and Jimenez, who we're talking about.
Absolutely. Yeah.
A lot of talent, never on the field. But yeah, the Twins was the team I was worried about, screwing both our picks. And they've got off to a slow start. Their offenses look terrible. I think it'll come around a little more. But I like them being down there. Keep them down. I really do.
That's where I thought they'd be as well.
I thought they would be third. That's what I think. I had them second or third, but I didn't have them win.
I think that, I don't remember if I had them third or fourth, but I know I had them right in that range.
Yeah. The West, we'll move to that. And right now, I mean, this is a classic example if it's early because you have the freaking Angels up there.
Hey,
the Fighting Mike Cubs.
Winning that division, though.
Well, not the Angels. Not much. You had Texas, and they're up there. They're up there. I had Seattle. They're not up there. They're not. Their offense, dear God, and J-Rod, I hitched my wagon to that J-Rod Mariners train. Come on, son. Get hitting. It's not look great. I
believe that I said in one of our videos before that I thought that Bobby Witt Jr. and J-Rod were basically the same player.
Yeah.
And you said J-Rod's better.
I did, dude. I love J-Rod. Marginally, I like Witt too. I don't mean to diss him. But J-Rod was my MVP pick, so obviously I thought he was going to be better.
Yeah.
It's been a rough start. I think his OPS is like under 500. Dear God, I hope that changes. But that being said, they're 7-10. They're right behind him. Houston, I think, is the biggest surprise that they're the bottom feeders right now. I don't think they'll stay there.
No.
The only thing that worries me is their rotation.
Did I have Texas or Houston winning that division?
You had Texas.
Okay.
Yeah, you Texas.
Did you have Houston?
No, I had Seattle. I had Seattle, Houston,
right.
Texas. But I had all three making the playoffs.
Yeah.
So, and Houston, I think, will be there. The only thing is their rotation. Like, they need Verlander.
I think I also had all three making the playoffs.
Yeah, you did. We agreed on that. We just had a different order.
Yeah.
But for Houston, my concern is pitching. Like, Verlander needs to come back and be Justin Verlander. Valdez, IL, elbow injury, you don't know. Hunter Brown has looked like, I'm sorry, dog shit. Like, I think he got one out in the last game. Yeah, sorry, guys. Dog poop. But, yeah, I mean, there could be a problem there. Their offense is solid, but their offense, Alvarez, if he starts hitting, that would help. 6-12, that's a rough start. But you're looking good, Texas. I don't feel great about the Mariners going as far as they had them, but, I mean, if the offense comes around, they can be there.
They've got the pitching staff.
They do. And Kirby looked great the other night.
Yeah.
He had a couple rough starts. Castillo, it's April. He doesn't care about pitching in April. He'll be fine.
Yeah.
He'll come around.
Yeah.
So I still feel okay about it. Don't feel like a big mess. Oakland, LA, they're going to fade. We'll go to the National League. Sound good to you?
Yeah.
Well, we've got your amazing Mets at 500.
Hey, honestly, after a 1-6 start, I am thrilled with 8-8. So, like, those Miracle Mets, they're sticking around. They're only a half game behind your Fighting Phils.
Yeah, they are.
So, I mean, they're right up there.
I still think the Mets suck. In a couple of weeks, there's going to be a change. But
no, we got we got Christian Scott coming up.
That could be big.
Yeah.
It could be. I mean, their pitching staff didn't overwhelm me. Their offense, you got Polar Pete. Beatty has looked good.
Nimmo.
I'll give you that. Beatty has looked good. Nimmo's solid. Yeah. Alvarez, if he takes a step up. They have some pieces on offense. I just don't think the pitching to contend later. The Marlins, they're where I thought they would be. I like them down there.
We are who they thought they were.
We are who we thought they were. Damn right, Dennis Queen. I love it. You put them in that place. Washington, yeah, about right.
Yeah.
Braves, I mean, the Strider loss sucks. There's no way around it. Like, they're pitching. They have depth, but what worries me with Strider is playoffs. I still think they're going to win the division. I don't feel great about that winning the World Series.
That lineup's just hands and...
Yeah, it'll get them there. It will.
It's head and shoulders above anyone else. I mean, the Phillies, I guess, is right there,
You know, when you move Max Fried, you just look shaky up to your number one. That's not going to match up on the playoffs. I'm a little worried, but, I think they'll still be there. This, like you said, the offense is murderous row. It's, I think, best in baseball. Phillies...
It's definitely best in the NL.
Yeah. Well, you have the Dodgers.
That's fair.
That's a 1A, 1B scenario. But this division, I think we were pretty close to about where we thought. I really did.
That one's close, yeah, for sure.
We feel good about that one.
I mean, not for you, because you had the Mets in the bottom, but,
I had them third, because there was two sucky teams in that division. I had them third.
Okay.
I had Washington fourth. Okay. And I had the Marlins fifth. I thought
you had Mets bottom feeding that division.
No, I would not have had them behind the Marlins.
That's fair.
No, I didn't have that. And Washington, you know what? I might have had Washington ahead of him because I like their youth movement. I really do. I mean, Gore, too. He's looked great. Mackenzie Gore has looked like what they thought he would look like 5 years ago. They are what they thought they were.
They are.
That's not our football reference. Money. So, yeah.
We'll get to the NL Central.
Yeah, which is inverse of what I had. except for the Cardinals. Like, no, it doesn't look great right now, but I don't. Honestly, I'm.
But no one's running away with it. Obviously, I mean,
that's what we thought with the top 3
Yeah,
games.
I mean,
they're separated by 3 games.
Yeah. So as far as it being a no pony race, like there's no one good.
No,
we're right there. Like there's no one good.
We nailed that. They all suck.
They all suck.
The records are great right now. Don't get me wrong, but this is a classic case of it's April.
Yeah.
I want to root for these guys in the Central. I do. I don't see the Brewers staying there. I don't. Like, they've got a hot start. They've squeaked out a few. The Pirates, I feel like this is deja vu with last year. Weren't they leading the division last year, like, for the first month?
Yeah.
So, they do have some talent. And what's intriguing is if they bring Paul Skeens up. If they bring him up, Jared Jones, Mitch Keller, that's honestly formidable. Oh, and Martin Perez has looked good. Their rotation, honestly, has some promise there. I still think they're a year ahead of the party. My Cubbies, I'm sorry, they're not my Cubbies. That's who I picked.
Well, I mean,
that was misleading.
I'm looking at the stats right there. The Brewers have a plus 27 run differential. They're like, honestly, in 15 games, I would have struggled to say the Brewers put up 27 runs.
I feel like they're. That's fair. That's fair. I feel like that's inflated by like 2 games that they just went bonkers. I could be wrong, but that's surprising. Plus 27.
That's a big
That's
number.
a pretty good indicator. It really is of how good you are. But once again, it's April. I feel good about the Brewers in last on my picks.
I like our Cardinals being the only person with a negative.
With a negative run. Oof. There's a few blow-up starts in there. But, yeah, I still think they're third. I wouldn't change anything, truthfully. The Reds' injuries kind of scare me, but I still think they're solid. West time?
Let's do West.
Let's do West.
That's the best division in baseball.
What a shock. The Dodgers are in first.
It's the best division in baseball. And
actually, this is identical to what I had, I think. Which the Dodgers actually at 11-8 surprises me.
I believe that I had the D-backs and the Padres.
Yeah, you didn't flip. But I was back and forth on it.
Yeah.
I think I had them both in the playoffs, I believe. But, yeah, Colorado sucks. Not a shocker. San Fran, I think they'll be above 500 into the year. Like, it's the Dodgers, truthfully, I think they'll run away with it. I mean, what's their run differential? Plus 10. Okay.
And still, the Rockies are who we thought they were.
They are.
How do you already have a negative 35 run differential?
That's impressively crappy. The Marlins have them beat, but they're right there. I'm just curious here real quick. Sorry, guys, but the White Sox, we got to be. 53, yeah.
53.
All right, here's some quick math. There's 6 teams in negative 53. They're averaging losing by 3 runs a game. Dude, if you're betting it, it's usually like a negative 1.5 spread. Hammer that shit. Like, oh, man.
Fun fact. They actually do not have a spread in baseball games pre-game.
Oh, really?
It is always a run line that is always plus or minus 1.5.
I noticed that was the same, but like I said, I don't bet much on baseball.
Yep.
So that might be why. Okay, it makes sense, because, I mean, there's so many variables.
Yep.
Like, they can't, no matter what the pitcher is. I don't know.
The line is always 1.5 in a baseball game.
Okay. All right, good to know. See, there's our betting expert. There you go. You learned something right there, ladies and gentlemen. But, the D-backs, they've got Montgomery coming back very soon. They're going to be fine, pretty solid. I mean, they took 2 out of 3 from us. Big shock. The Padres' offenses look pretty legit. Musgrove not look great.
Dodgers took 3 out of 4 from us.
No, the D-backs took 2 out of 3.
D-back, oh, yeah.
D-backs. Oh, yeah, I mean, all these teams that are good, we're going to probably lose at least 2 out of 3, too. Not surprised. But
we took 3 out of 4 from Padres, didn't we?
No, we did win 2 out of 3.
2 out of 3.
Right. Yeah, 2 out of 3. Yeah, the Fighting Shields. Good call.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that division, that's about where we thought it would be too. So we're not doing too bad.
Rockies is trash.
Overall picks, yeah. Dude, I'm serious. Like I said, back to that Norfolk's Tide thing. A 7-game series. I'd like to see Colorado, Chicago. I'll throw Miami in there against them. See what would happen. It'd be intriguing. It could happen.